You're my angels. What is good? Happy new week. Happy new month. Okay. Happy new blessings coming in this month. Every day and every moment. You have access to unlimited potential in the here and now. You have access to new energies coming through. May it be beneficial and fruitful and easeful for you guys. If you guys are new watching my channel, welcome into this beautiful sacred space. My name is Tatianna, aka Tatianna Tarot. I am a tarot diviner, a mom, an Iyalorisa Priestess of the tradition of Iyalorisa. I am an Espiritista and a subtle energy worker. I do a lot of Afrofuturistic spiritual technology healing practices, and I love to share this with you guys through my weekly energy forecast and through my personal other spaces in which I offer a lot of classes and courses, which one of them is my online membership space called Possess Your Spirit Online. If you are a person that loves to explore your own potential, work on personal development and your spiritual development in a fun, exciting, and futuristic way, I invite you into the Possess Your Spirit membership, where we host monthly live classes through Zoom in a space in which we can practice our divination skills, whether that is utilizing our clairvoyance, clairaudience, tarot divination, ancestral veneration. There are two current mini courses, one called The Energetics of Opulence and one called The Art of Sensuality, in which I teach you how to tap in to these innate forces within you, the energy of opulence and ease and wealth and abundance, and also navigating and clearing out all of the energetic programming that informs our body that we are anything but opulent and easeful and abundant, that we need to struggle in order to gain blessings, in order to make any achievements in life, and in order for us to claim what's in our divine birthright. We clear this energetically. We work on harboring and anchoring and invoking beneficial energies that open us up to the realm of wealth, abundance, success, and opportunities. I also guide you through the art of sensuality, where it is navigating any challenges and blockages that lie within the body, within the psyche, within the spirit, as a result of our epigenetics, what we've inherited from our ancestors, what we've inherited from past lives, what we've inherited in this current lifetime, our experiences that are informing us to be hard, to be closed, to be heady, anything but sensual, open, soft, and lavish, so to speak. And so in that course, I guide you on activating your pleasure centers, activating your sensual centers, and welcoming in more sensuality, magnetism, making you a magnet for all your desires, again, with the premise that it be easeful for you. Okay, so those are two mini courses within the actual membership. There are a lot of other tutorials, downloadable guided meditations, in meeting your spirit guides, in working out, clearing out blocks and energetic cords and everything. We do it in the Possess Your Spirit portal. You can access that in the link below. But this week is going to be fun. I'm always excited to just see and to show up to whatever spirit has in store for us. So for this week, this is the tarot energy forecast for the week of Monday, September 4th. I was going to say August 4th, baby. Don't go back in time. September 4th all the way to Sunday, September 10th. All right, it's my birthday month. So I want y'all, as an offering, if you feel called to do it, please like this video. Share this video with your friends, honey. If you want to share the love and share the healing, you can go ahead and do so. And subscribe to the channel so that you are in awareness of when I'm releasing more information. A couple videos prior, I had mentioned about releasing some new videos in regards to it being a tutorial on creating a love list to call in your divine lover, and a friend list, and I think a guided meditation on a river. That is coming, okay? I got a lot up ahead for me coming this month and next month. I have my first keynote speech in New Orleans for the BEAUCOUP HOODOO Festival, hosted by Ancestral. Ancestral is an exceptional priest of the Lukumi tradition, of Iyalorisa Lukumi tradition. And she's, I guess you could say she's a filmmaker. She's kind of a jack of all trades, entrepreneurial extraordinaire. And so you can catch her documentary film In Our Mother's Gardens on Netflix. That is exquisite if you want to be introduced to her work. Also, she has BEAUCOUP.com, an online site where you can find African-based spiritual resources and tools and books and products and just a bunch of goodies to kind of nourish your soul and help you expand on your knowledge of the African diasporic traditions and practices that may lie in your lineage. And so, and I think she also has a membership too, so you can look at all of that, BEAUCOUP HOODOO. I will link it down below, but you still have the opportunity. I think I'm going so fast here, y'all. So I think ¿cómo se dice? The festival is on October 5th all the way to October 9th, I believe. And it is in New Orleans, so I will be going back home, one of my homes, for that, to deliver the keynote speech and teach a masterclass workshop. I'm really, really excited. I hope to see some of you guys there. I think it may be close to sold out, but there will be virtual seats and there will be day passes for you guys to go snatch. So I will be putting the links down below for you guys to access and navigate and go check that out. All right, that's coming up next month. But yeah, lots of offerings. My birthday's coming up this month, child. The time, you know, time be flying by. So it's like trying to grasp for straws in doing all the things, preparing to fly back home all the way from Bali. It's a feat, honey. It's a feat. But anyway, let's get into this. I want to give my cards. I've been working with a lot of sensual spirits, water spirits, love spirits. I'm going to offer them some perfume, child, as an offering on top of other things I be offering them, and get my cards ready. I'm going to be using the standard Rider-Waite deck, okay? Informing the Rider-Waite deck is this Oracle deck. I'm going to list it down below. I don't remember what it's called now. My cousin just visited me from the States, and she purchased this on Amazon and brought it over because, child, we don't got Amazon in Bali. So I'm always missing out on books and things that are very, very inaccessible out here. So I'm grateful that she was able to do that. And we're going to be using the African Gods Oracle deck. You guys actually liked it, whereas I did not so much, but it's hitting some of you guys, so we will continue to use that. Okay, so let's get into this. Let me do my little invocation. In love and light, great spirit, I ask that you come forth for me. Inform me, what is it that the collective, or whoever needs to be, whoever's watching this and needs to be watching this, or whenever they're watching that, what they need to know at this time, what's going on. Great spirits, give us the 411. What's good? What is good? What do we need to bring to our awareness? What energies do we need to access, let go of, download, alchemize, transmute? What do we need to be reminded of within ourselves? What do the ancestors want to see? The elevated elders of the cosmos. What do they want to say? What do our other elevated guides want to tell us at this time? Ashe. Okay, so Monday, September 4th. Tuesday, September 5th. Great Spirit, give us the 411. On what's going on these dates. What can we expect? Let's move this back a little bit, yeah? I want to be able to see my crown. The 4th and the 5th. What is in store for us on these dates of this week? What do you want to reveal to us at this time? Okay. this is really interesting because the energy is very slow, is very internal. Whereas maybe for the past couple of weeks, it's been kind of, this is your season to be seen. This is your season to release your joy. Proclaim your joy. Let your joy be as illuminated as the sun. Let people know that you're the one of the two. Now that energy feels like it's time to go to bed. It's time to retreat. It's time to be in our cozy blanket of self. And it's time to be introspective. So let us see what they want to say. The first card pulled out is the Ace of Swords. Second card is the Four of Pentacles for the beginning of this week. I guess this can allude, and we're getting status and fortune. Okay. This definitely alludes to that energy I've been picking up on. Ace of Swords is air sign. Ace of Swords is a card of the mind. The element of air. What does air bring? What does the element of the wind spirit bring? It brings in innovation. It brings in thought. It brings in ideas. It brings in solutions. It brings in creative energy in through the mind of the realm, through the realm of the mind. It brings in, if I did not say clarity, I'm going to say it again. It's going to bring in clarity. The aces are very aha. The aces are breakthroughs. They're sudden revelations. They're sudden occurrences in the energetic field. They're in your face. They cannot be dismissed. They cannot be avoided. But this is a very beneficial energy. All energies are beneficial. But if you're like a dualistic thinker where you think of things in terms of good or bad, then I would definitely attribute this to a beneficial energy as opposed to some of the cards where you are more naturally inclined to avoid the energy, right? Ace of Swords makes you brilliant. It makes you, again, innovative. It encourages you to think out of the box, but this could be a time period where you're naturally thinking out of the box. You're shifting and shaping the Rubik's Cube that lies in the apex of your mind, trying to come up with new combinations and maybe daring to explore how these combinations look like in your life, what results they may yield, you know, and how that influences other areas in your life. If you shift this one thing, how does that shift my dynamic with my community? How does that shift my self-esteem? How does that shift how I show up to in my relationships, in my spiritual life, in my work? You know, how does it shift my relational space to the world around me, to society, to my own personal status? So I think you're going to have this energy again of innovation, of breakthrough, of newness. Unique energy, because you're starting to see yourself as one of a kind. We're taking that energy of proclaiming your joy, proclaiming your uniqueness, proclaiming your genius, your inner, I don't even know how to say it because it's just more of an embodiment. But this space of pure potentiality and always expanding within your inner universe, you're now starting to maybe get ideas on how to express that inner universe. Maybe you're just discovering a new planet inside of you and you're like, whoa, like what does this feel now? What does this feel like to navigate this iteration of myself? What does it feel like to now speak up for myself, to put boundaries? What does it feel like to, again, maybe exhibit more sexual energy? What does it feel like now to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, put my friends on Do Not Disturb, put my family on Do Not Disturb, and take more time for myself instead of people pleasing? What does it feel like to stop being performative and really anchor myself in authenticity moment to moment? So these may be new thoughts and new ways of again, navigating in this realm, navigating in this way of relating to the world around you. And as a result, you may want to play with your status and how you view your status on a personal level. Like, what is your stat? Do you see yourself as an elevated being that always is fully resourced, and you fundamentally trust that anything you need will come to you naturally and organically? Do you feel like you're a person that is struggling and has adapted this code of struggle and lack? And now you're starting to see what lies on the other side of that. What if I played with the potential of the opposite of that? What if I just stopped making excuses and just decided to be more abundant, or to see the abundance in my life, so on and so forth? This is going to be really interesting because it is going to challenge you to expand beyond this illusionary container you have created for yourself, this quote-unquote self bubble that you've put yourself in as a way of identifying yourself in the world, identifying yourself to yourself. I hope this makes sense. Identifying yourself, labeling yourself to families and the world around you. This, you know what this is giving me? I'm glad that the word label came out of my mouth. It gives me this sense of you playing with your potential and who you would become and what's possible for you if you did not label yourself, right? And this could be in terms of gender, it could be in terms of your sexuality, it could be in terms of your resources and access to financial wealth. It could be in terms of how you identify in your relationship. Am I single? Am I not single? Am I partnered with self? Like, you know, playing with all of that. Your mind, you may stumble across literature, speeches, documentaries, shows, artwork, conversations that are not intentional, that you just happen to scroll upon and see something that catches your eye on Netflix that challenges you to think beyond the confines of what you've established for yourself. I think some labels are very important, and some labels are not necessarily, some labels don't necessarily need to be. And so you are the one that decides that for yourself. So I invite you to play within that realm of shape-shifting and inviting yourself to, in a safe, embodied, and grounded way, put on new shapes, put on new spirits and energies, and try that on for yourself and see who you become, and see if that raises the bar for yourself. See if you feel like you're more yourself, you're more authentic, you're more radiant, you're more expressive of your own inner nature, of your own inner universe. Okay? And so I invite you to potentially research or explore, find things. Like, I see someone, the vision that I'm getting is seeing someone going to this massive, archaic library. The dream of dreams, honey. I want one. Like the library from Beauty and the Beast. If you guys have ever seen Beauty and the Beast, and Belle was doing the most, living in that big ass library with that huge ass monster. Think about that without the huge ass monster. Think about accessing all the archives of the past, the present, and potential future, and just taking a book and trying it on. And maybe this book informed you of new things that you didn't know was possible in and through yourself. Maybe it reminded you some things of the past that you just needed to have as a reference point on how to shift and improve from that, or how to outgrow that, or how to maybe utilize as wisdom and fuel. And then maybe you put that book back, and now you want to try another book that's of a completely different genre, just to see and to play. It is a very playful energy, but it is a very interesting energy of intellect, analysis, and criticism. Not in a negative way, healthy, constructive criticism. So this, I mean, it's fucking Virgo season, so duh, right? So even though this is an air sign, there is a quality of intellect and genius that is encouraging you to think bigger, think beyond the confines, explore, navigate, try new things, try different cultures, different musics, different foods, different experiences that may be informing you of what you desire. Maybe your desires change as a result of the things that you now see and encounter. You know, really exciting stuff. And then we have the Four of Pentacles, which kind of alludes to what I was talking about in the beginning of this video, where the energy felt like I'm in bed, I'm going back to my cave, I'm pulling up, I'm cozy with my own inner blanket. All of this that I just described should be a very pleasurable experience for you, even though it is heady, it is analytical, it's intellectual, it's very logically based. There is a balance to it that is still very grounded and still very watery, playful, emotional too. With the Four of Pentacles, I see you doing this in the comforts of your home. Maybe you're not wanting to talk about your experiences so much. You're not wanting to share the process. It's really giving like an artist's process, an artist who is in the stages of being the cocoon and still creating and still exploring and still experimenting, and they're not ready to talk. Maybe because there are no words. Yes, we're getting the element of air, but it is the element, the air spirit is intangible. There are no words. Words are intangible. So you're still gathering the right words for the feelings that you're picking up. And maybe these words don't even exist. So I even encourage you to come up with a new vocabulary for yourself. And maybe that vocabulary isn't even verbal. Maybe it's creating a vessel from your hands, a physical vessel, doing some pottery. Maybe it's doing some movement and working with the energies in a somatic way through your body. Maybe it's painting. Maybe it is writing, right? Maybe you want to take those intangible words and create the physical outlet of it through writing. But regardless of what it is, it should be, again, the word is cozy. There is a code of coziness, comfortability in exploring and navigating these new iterations of self. Almost like you found a secret and you don't want to share it. The vision that I'm getting is when people, I don't know why they're showing me this, but it's very parallel, I guess, to what I'm feeling in describing this to you guys, is when you see on IG when people are like, I got a new boo, but they're not going to show you, they're not going to tell you that they had a new boo, and so they might take a picture of a freaking elbow. If you're lucky, I might take a picture of a toe or something ridiculous. It's kind of like that. Like, you have this hidden secret that you don't necessarily want to shout out to the world because maybe it's not ready. Maybe you don't have the words for it. Maybe this secret is so juicy that you want to bask in it in yourself. You want to bask in that overflow in yourself and be comfortable and grounded in yourself before you share it out with the world. It's going to be that feeling. It is going to lead to fortune. Whatever finds you, because this thing, these codes from the future, these codes from the past are going to find you, because it's time for you to integrate these aspects of self now. It's time for you to expand the vessel, expand the container, add on to the container, embody a new container, and that is where you find your fortune. Okay, fortune can entail a lot of things. It can entail physical abundance. It can entail new friends, a relocation, a new way of doing work, more ease, more pleasure in your bodies, more ease and pleasure in the world around you. Maybe you're starting to notice, even though the world is seemingly doom and gloom, maybe through these discoveries and these transmissions that are happening for you, you start to notice the better things. You start to focus on what is blooming. You start to focus on the lotus that is growing out from the muck and the mire and the mud. So many ways that fortune can enter your life. And so I would say, take a deep breath. Be mindful of your body. Bring ease and grace into your body and allow yourself to receive what is divinely coming to you. What is your birthright? What is like you meeting yourself? That is like, I'm home at last. That is what the energy is. I'm home at last. These things that I'm rediscovering about myself seem foreign, but there is an aspect of myself that's always known. This is who I am. This is who I'm meant to be. So nothing is ever new. Everything is always being recycled, right? So it's almost like a remembrance, right? Coming back home, I'm remembering, I'm basking in the me. And I'm choosing maybe not to share that. Or if I'm sharing a little bit of that process, then, you know, I do see a lot of documentation. I do see it is imperative for you to be documenting this. Zora Neale Hurston came into my dream. I don't know why. I need to explore that. But an aspect of her came into my dream in the form of a photograph when she was a younger girl. And so if we're going to talk about documenting and going through the rites of initiation, because this very much sounds like the beginning of the week, it sounds like an initiation, kind of like a reclamation of self, discovering the hidden vessels that lie within you, discovering the hidden energies, accessing these spirits within you, expanding the container, learning how to use this new iteration of self, learning how to navigate through the world through this new lens. And so if that resonates with you, I encourage you to re-explore her work or just get into it by reading her books, or if there are any documentaries on her, which I hope there are. I gotta look into that myself. Look into that, right? You could get visitations. You could be, you know, you could get visitations in your dreams as to what direction to go on, what to explore, what to get into, what to feed and nourish your spirit with. So document in the form of words, song, dance, praise, movement, art, food, fashion, whatever. Document your journey. I think you're going to want to see this and to know this chapter of yourself when you were an elder. Okay, so let's get into the middle of the week, Great Spirit, September 6th and September 7th. The fortune lies in your documentation. That's what they're saying. The fortune lies in your documentation. Whether or not you're going to take what you documented and make it into a work of art and sell that, whether you're going to pass on this wisdom to a child, whether you're going to, it's going to help integrate these changes in you and really just anchor it in your bodies. Whatever, in whatever way the fortune comes, document it, because it is Fortuna. It is the goddess of fortune. And may this fortune be easeful for you guys. As I always say, ease is the vibe. So middle of the week, the 6th and 7th, Wednesday and Thursday, Great Spirit, what is it that they need to hear and know and learn? The theme of this week is I'm coming home. I have arrived. I'm coming home. I have arrived from a space of self-criticism, from a space of being depleted, from a space of maybe some of you guys are just getting out of people-pleasing, of manipulation, of gaslighting. Some of you guys may just be escaping the shackles of your own judgment, of your own nitpicking over yourself, of your own tricking yourself, gaslighting yourself, of doing things another person's way instead of your way, doing things in an archaic way that is expected of you, that is not for your highest good, doing things in a way that society expects you to do instead of what you want for yourself. You're freeing yourself. We've got the 6 of Wands and we've got the Judgment card, and there is no louder call than that of our dead. Okay, Judgment is elevated forces, whether it be spirits in the angelic realm, higher forces, maybe even the call of God, Goddess itself that lives within you, your own divinity that is shining so bright that you can no longer ignore it. A light that lives inside of you that as you've tried to shy away from it or hide it, and just keeps on getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. A pregnancy of self that you can no longer hide or avoid or ignore. This is a birthing of self in many ways. The Six of Wands is showing you on an elevated position, a high horse. But the motion of being in a horse is almost the motion of coming out of the womb and into the world as if I have arrived. This is the I have arrived energy. Okay? So again, by the middle of the week, I think this is already going on. What I've been talking about throughout the duration of this video, this becoming, this exploring, this navigating, this expanding, this trying on, this shape-shifting and alchemizing. This has been going on for some time. I just think it's a little bit more evident, and now it's a little bit more intentional. And now towards the middle of the week, going into the middle of the month, you're going to see tangible results in the physical realm, informing you of these internal shifts and this identity, not crisis, but identity. What is the word? What are we going identity what? Identity shift. Boring word, but whatever. Identity shift, right? You know, it's not arrogance. It's your light. It's your truth. Don't let people tell you, oh, you think you're all that and a bag of chips, because you certainly are more than that. But don't let them shame you out of your own high vibration. You will be vibing high. You will be vibing high. It is your time. You have arrived. The Judgment card is going to bring people, places, and things. We're still in Mercury retrograde. We just got out of Venus in retrograde. So maybe the transition out of Venus in retrograde is alluding to you now taking a new form and navigating through this new form and through this new identity. But the Mercury in retrograde is still talking about how spirit is resurrecting the past. It is going to be resurrecting the dead. It is going to be resurrecting archaic energies around you. Why? Not because you're manifesting this. This isn't, so the law of attraction has validity to it, but it's much more nuanced than how it's being articulated and taught. It's not like, oh my God, I attract this, so now I must be dark and evil too, or I deserve these things because I attracted it. No, that's not what it is. But it is almost in some sense here with the Judgment. It is bringing up energies of the past. Old energies doesn't necessarily mean bad energies, but reawakening the dead, excavating the past so that you can clear it once and for all. Some of these may be past behaviors, past habits, people that are reminiscent of ways that you were. People that may have once triggered you could surface up, or iterations of those people in situations and circumstances that may have once pulled and triggered you can surface up again. Attempts to manipulate you out of your high horse. Attempts to trick you into thinking you're not on a horse, but you're on a mouse. Attempts to trick you into thinking that you don't deserve to be on that horse and you do not deserve to have that crown. This could happen now. And it is not because you manifested it, but on the contrary, when you are reaching a higher level in your life, there is usually some sort of a spiritual test. Not a test, but more of a, okay, we're about to leave this realm. We're about to leave this chapter. Say goodbye to the old characters. Say goodbye to your old self. Say goodbye to the way you used to react to this Say goodbye to these fools, okay? But you're encountering this from a space of elevation, from a space of divine royalty. You're no longer getting triggered by these things. You're no longer addressing these old situations and these old circumstances with the same energy. You have chosen a higher way to relate, to integrate, to view things. Again, it's that perspective I was telling you about, that shift. Okay, that secret that you have. Maybe you're minding your business and you just don't give a fuck no more. And it's like, okay, what? Oh, this used to trigger me, but now I found the golden ticket. Like, it doesn't bother me no more. Or now I see that this person isn't evolved. So why am I gonna argue? This person didn't call me back. They ghosted me. Okay, that's it. I'm not lamenting over dead ghosts that no longer live in my life. I know what's divinely mine. I know it's gonna be brought to me. I'm on my high horse. The energy that is meant for me can now see me. You can't avoid this, right? Whatever it is, you will have to navigate these things, but you will have clarity. You will be fully resourced. You will have faith in yourself. You will be filled with conviction and confidence and magic. You won't be beating yourself up. Okay, you have grace. You have the power of grace. You know how to be soft with yourself. So now it's not like you're never going to encounter hardships in life or challenges, but it's more like they're not as challenging as they would have been for the past you. They're not met with the same energy from the past you that's making it more agonizing and dreadful and horrific to your process. It's more like, oh, here's a challenge. Oh, okay, I see you. Challenge done. Completed. Boop, 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 boop. Completed. On to the next. Where's my blessings? I'm here with my platter. Like, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. What we got with that? We got the six. We got move. Again, I think I'm getting a lot of movement for you guys. Physical movement, which is perfect because I just had a dance break. I just got out of the gym, took a whole shower, and then decided to do a dance break to the Loas and then film this. So now I gotta go take another shower because I'm now dried in my old sweat. But anyway, it is relative to this message because embodying movement is going to help you shapeshift and take out those layers of the old you. Whether it's physical movement or perhaps, yes, look, I got a thing. Whether it's physical movement or literal movement, some of you guys need to relocate or access new energies in a new environment. And perhaps the environment is going to spark new ideas, new creativity, a new project, spark more wealth in you. Some environments are cesspools for lack and struggle. That's just the energy of that environment. And if you cannot avoid that environment, if you can't move, that is okay. Your time is coming. But just know that you set the intention like, oh, I'm aware that this is the energy of the space that I am in. And that awareness in and of itself could be very informative to your spirit and your body that it's time to level up, that you're ready for something bigger and greater, and that your spirit and in source is now informing you that that is on the way. Okay? So I think some of you guys are ready to leave things behind. You're ready to move from places. You're ready to travel, and if it's not moving, it could just be traveling to new lands, being called back home to reclaim some of the energies in which you may have left behind in a previous lifetime that you need to access to remember. Some of you guys might be going to sacred sites in ancient Kemet. A lot of you guys may be going back to the motherland in general, bouncing around the continent. Okay, a lot of you guys just maybe going to different places of Europe, or just all around the world, almost like a reclamation of self again, not because they're out of you, just like a remembrance of who you already know you are, who your spirit already knows. And it's like by accessing these portals, these environmental portals, by traveling there or taking a trip there or moving there, it's almost like you've been summoned on a mission to recollect, remember, reprogram. And then what Spirit is saying is that some of you don't actually have to go visit. Some of you, you know, energy is energy. So we don't technically have to travel there to get that energy. We can always access the potential future and the past in and through our vessels right now, through the present. So whether that is through visualization, through working with your guides, through hypnotherapy, through the Akashic records, through divination, through subtle energy work, through embodiment work, somatic work, so on and so forth. I feel like I'm leaving something out. Ancestral work, okay, taking a vision quest, all right, plant medicine. A lot of you guys could do a lot of that traveling. Again, that traveling may not be physical, could even be through the astral realm to really collect those iterations of your soul. This is very shamanic, y'all. Y'all gonna be taking on a shamanic journey, okay? Y'all are being called to remember. And it just makes more sense. I mean, the more that we are whole, the more that we are embodied, the more that we are fully resourced in and through our multidimensional selves, the more we can show up for ourselves, the more we can show up for our lineage, the more we can show up for the planet and help shift and create a new paradigm where we're all thriving, where the planet is healing, and we've saved the day, y'all. So explore all of that, okay? This is an interesting video, okay? It's a very Afrofuturistic video, and I am here for all of that, y'all. Explore what that may look like, feel like, sound like, be like for you in your bodies. I even implore you to do your own meditation of the future vision of you, or accessing your future ancestors and getting them from year 3075 and what they got to tell you from 3075 to the timeline that you're in now, okay? Maybe they're teaching you a technique or two through energy work that is going to help you rapidly integrate some lessons, or rapidly go through something that is challenging for you, or rapidly attract something for you. Sky is the limit, honey. Okay, so let us see what's going on for the end of this week. Friday the 7th. What the hell? Friday the 8th. Saturday the 9th. Sunday the 10th. Friday the 8th, Saturday the 9th, Sunday the 10th. Queen of Pentacles. And what did I say? The Traveler. Go to Africa. Look at them pyramids. What did I say? Spirit be spinning through me. Okay? Spirit. Okay, but what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Queen of Pentacles. Again, relax. It's giving cozy. It's giving, it's not even, it's giving fall is coming closer than we can expect, maybe quite literally, but the energy of fall. We don't necessarily have to see the climate changing in order for us to invoke the energy. And it's giving sweater weather. Okay, it's giving pumpkin spice latte. It's giving Black Friday. All right, it's giving whatever, the leaves are changing. Slow down, process, internal growth, family time, community time, documentation time, birthing new seeds time. Oh, okay. Make no decisions until you're clear, because things are still changing time. So we got indecision. So a part of you may be indecisive with some of these changes that are coming up, decisions that need to be made. I don't know. Whenever you don't know, it's a no for now. Pray and ask and request clarity. Request it, demand it. and hold space for it to show up. Negotiation is a card that's coming up. And that tells me the clarity isn't here yet because there are hidden elements that have yet to pop up in your field. There are things that are going to still pop up in your field. Like, you might not be clear today because tomorrow you might want something else. Like, you might just wake up and be like, oh, actually, I want something else. Or you meet someone, or you have an experience, or it's a new energy that just enters your life that shifts things for you, and you shift the way you think, and now, you know, what you thought you wanted isn't actually what you wanted at the end of the day. It's a lot of hang tight. You're on the horse. You're not going to fall off the horse, but the horse might have to go low in order to go high, or it might have to go high in order to go sideways, or it might actually have to do a roundabout, and it may look like you need to go back when those back steps are actually going to propel you further forward ever than before. None of this shit is supposed to make sense. It's actually going to be a little loopy. It's like, welcome to the Matrix. We're a little loopy. So the theme and the premise of this whole video is I have arrived. Welcome to year 4084 Afrofuturism. Okay, because that's what it's giving. It's like go backwards to go forwards. We're in a walking space of contradiction. I don't know, like portals are just like, if I just make a door right here, boom, there's a portal and I just entered it kind of shit. It's really great. And look at that, we're not even on drugs, so look at God. Really interesting. Okay, just stay open to new things popping in your fields. I really hope you understand what I mean when I say your energetic field and your reality, and how we live in a very monotonous, robotic way day to day, and we don't really think about the field of possibility and the great mother and the divine working in and through us, and how spirits can help dropping in energies and codes and people and opportunities and things. So I welcome you to think of life as a playground in which you get to kind of try on different energies and experiment how that helps you with your own inner divinity, or relating to your inner divinity. Again, it is not advised to make any quick decisions. That may be parallel to Mercury retrograde. There's still factors that are playing out, whether something is leaving or something is coming. You don't know until it shows up. So you are now at this point fully resourced to handle everything as it comes, the way it comes. You're now coming from an elevated space of understanding, an elevated space of embodying your truth and your freedom. And you're now able to respond appropriately moment to moment. You're responsible, right? So this should not bring any fear in doing what you want to do. It's not fear that's coming from indecision. It's more like pause. The cards are not fully being shown. Out of the 78 deck of tarots, you're only seeing 7. And every day a new card and a new element is shown to you that paints a brighter picture. And when you feel in your body that all the cards are shown to you, that's when you can make a decision, when the clarity arises in and through your body. So pause. Okay, so that's what we see with the Queen of Pentacles. Pause, get cozy, get comfortable, you know, navigate in your own wealth, whether that is the wealth of your own sensual pleasures. Cook yourself a nice, lavish meal. Watch a movie that is soothing to your soul. Spend time with energies that are nurturing, that are embracive of your expansive nature, that are not going to criticize you, ask you why you're being silly, or what is it that you're getting into, or that's a far-fetched idea, or what are you doing, or that's not how the way things do it, or don't do that. But people are going to be like, yes, get into it. Yes. So I'm trying to get more information from the Queen of Pentacles. What do you want to say? Something about moms and aunties, grandmas. maternal figures in our ancestry, be it alive or dead, are going to be a theme this weekend. With the Knight of Wands, it may be alluding to doing the things that they were unable to do in your lineage, saying the things that they were not able to say, going to the places that they were not able to go, exploring things that they were not able to explore, creating things that they were not able to create, or maybe taking on what they've left behind as a legacy and continuing it, particularly maternal lineage, right? Or maybe doing research on that, or maybe sitting at your altar and talking to them, or talking to your own body, because that in and of itself is an altar. Cheat code. But yeah, feminine energy, that mama energy, and giving yourself that mama energy, because we don't all have the privilege and the luxuries of having healthy moms or healthy maternal figures in our life. So I pray that you are able to resource that from other people in your life, or other energies that bring that to you, whether it's a tree or a body of water, your own being, pouring that onto yourself. Planning. There's a lot of planning here this weekend. It's planning season, Virgo season. You're about to kick off. I think things really kick off in fall for a lot of you guys. Like this whole, I'm like the weeks prior when we were in Leo season, it was very like ratatata, and now it's like let me chill, and it's about to be ratatata again, because I'm pretty sure that's Libra season coming up. The ratatata is here with the Knight of Wands. Ratatata, your ass is to Africa. But Knight of Wands is that passion. It's, you know, if you've been feeling pretty lethargic or not yourself, or again, you know, you're still navigating this space where you're not fully who you are, but you're becoming who you are, and you don't know how to articulate that, Knight of Wands is very much, I have arrived again. I have arrived. It's that aspect of self that's now ready to share with the world. That is now ready to share its discoveries and its truth with the world, honey. Now, this is a reading for this week, but I very much feel like this is really September's tarot scopes. I will still do the tarot scopes, okay? So breathe easy. But this is very much a video which you're gonna have to rewatch over and over again. Take notes and just think. Food for thought. I gave you a lot of material to like dream and fantasize and rest on and envision a new future for yourself. Let us hear the Oracle news for the week ahead. The Oracle says, okay, so we're gonna, I'm gonna read these three. Waxing moon, may there be light over darkness. It's time to rise and shine. This is the phase when the moon comes out of the darkness and begins to be reborn, lighting up the sky. Therefore, it is a time to start new projects, get new ideas and plans into action, and allow yourself to stop and smell the roses. Very much on cue. For the next days, the growing energy of waxing moon will conduct the situations of your life. So you better be ready to make the most out of all the chances destiny presents you. Creativity and the capacity to find resources and alternatives where there are only shadows and doubts will mark this moment in life. Therefore, if the hoodoos revealed in your cards present their negative aspect, try to see between the darkness they bring, and let your inner voice guide you to the light that will overcome all anguish in the near future, just as a river gently flows to the ocean. On the other hand, if the cards present the positive aspects of the hoodoos, rise and shine. It is time to accept all the gifts and blessings the gods are bringing to your life, allowing them to seed and root their energy so you can flourish and grow, becoming the best version of yourself. Let's go to the HOODOO number 1 that I have chosen, that was chosen for you. Forgive me. Owani, Owani, or Waring. Okay? God help me with my Yoruba pronunciation. So this was pulled first, and I had pulled another one because I felt like we got this last week and I wanted some extra juice, some extra clarity. So Owaring says, when you always say yes to others, you say no to yourself. Okay? The negative regency of HOODOO Owaring announces the dangers of suffering from ingratitude for doing good indiscriminately, making you an easy victim for freeloaders and abusers. It seems like no matter how much you help them, they don't even say thank you. On the contrary, they often go around creating lies and slanders about you, thinking and saying that you did no more than your obligation. By the way, ingratitude is the biggest problem faced by those like you who haven't learned to say no. Charity and benevolence are noble sentiments, and you can practice them with excellence. However, it is necessary to understand that kindness and welfare are different things. While the first is an act from a good heart, the second creates bonds of dependence that can hardly be broken without pain. It is time to remember that not everything you can do for others should be done. This is your life challenge. By learning to say no and putting yourself first, you will take the first step towards eliminating the pain and guilt that you carry within you. In addition, you need to accept once and for all that life in society, however communal, must be lived alone. And while under the influence of HOODOO Owaring, this should be taken as a rule. Persecution has been haunting all areas of life. In love, work, and personal life, there always seems to be a third party who unbalances your choices, making you suffer and lose everything you conquer. So it's time to rethink friendships and business and other partnerships that involve you and 2 or more people. Unfortunately, you're the one who ends up paying the price for the mistakes of others. Your sense of urgency in life and in the need to achieve your goals are justified. After all, you've been living with the feeling that your time on earth is coming to an end. To alleviate these anxieties, how about seeking medical and spiritual guidance to achieve the balance between the physical, mental, and spiritual harmony that you so much desire? Owaring's shadow meditation. How many times do I feel like I'm carrying other people's guilt and responsibilities? And usually I am. And how many of those times could I have avoided it by saying out loud that I would not take their weight instead of keeping silent just to feel that I am included and accepted? This is talking about what I mentioned earlier in terms of themes of inauthenticity, people pleasing, manipulation, being gaslit, gaslighting yourself. Performative action where you're performing and being your inauthentic self in order to receive something like love, adoration, attention, and praise. Therefore, you're shifting into something that is not authentically you. Owaring is bringing awareness to all of that. Okay, and the last HOODOO that was pulled for us is Ogunda. Stubbornness only brings unnecessary ways. The negative aspect of HOODOO Ogunda will constantly challenge you, and it is not for nothing that at every step you will need to seek strength to continue the journey. That, unfortunately, is the price to pay for deciding to take a lonely path and insisting on doing things your way, even if this way is the longest or the hardest. With so much stubbornness, which you call persistence, you need to be careful that the pioneering power that bursts out of you does not turn into harmful pride, which will lead to nowhere. Resistance to admitting your loss, your natural reaction is to respond to everything and everyone with arrogance and authoritarianism, which needs to be controlled. The warlike force of Odu Ogunda imposes on you the need to be right, but you've already passed the point of no return. I am sorry to say that you're the only one to believe that everything is fine. As Ogunda is the path of truth and righteousness, its reverse influence does not give you the talent to invent stories and be believed. On the contrary, from the first version of your story, you change to others that don't support each other. By trying to deceive others, you only deceive yourself. You will end up being discredited, and when you're truly in pain, even your closest friends will not help you. For this reason, the answer and solution to your anguish lies in learning to ask for and accept help, even in the spirit realm. This could be people, places, things, angels, guides, ancestors, so on and so forth. Observe the examples of those who have already been where you are today and listen to the advice of those who care for you. Could be the maternal spirits we checked in on earlier in the reading. It's better to be safe than sorry. Otherwise, it won't do to repeat your tireless motto, "It wasn't me." Ogunda's shadow meditation. While no one grows up without struggling, do I have the courage to sincerely face myself and admit that I may be pursuing a lost cause, choosing to suffer instead of realizing that it is sometimes it is better to retreat. Okay, I think you're gonna navigate that this week in your becoming process, in your analyzation of other energies and trying them on and shifting your perspective and aiming to be more easier, letting things be more easier for you in your life. That was a reading, honey. Okay, so as per usual, you know where to find me. Please like, share, and subscribe for me, baby. And if you want to work one-on-one with me, I invite you to my classes. Everything is also recorded and put it up in the modules and in the portal of Possess Your Spirit Online membership, so you don't have to attend live if you don't want to. They're all there for you. There's a lot there for you. So if you need assistance in doing any of this work, that is a big resource for you. Link down below. All right. I hope to see some of you guys virtually at the BEAUCOUP HOODOO Fest. And as per usual, I send you guys all the love and kisses. All right. Have a blessed week. Ciao.